der er fyldt
Look at that shrapnel.
med rester fra den her missil.
That will hurt if it hits you.
Prøv lige at se det krater.
Here we go then, back with the Danish Ukraine fighters. Welcome to Combat Ready HQ. We've gone and hit that 100,000 subscriber milestone. So thank you to all of those who have liked, shared, commented and subscribed and supported the channel throughout this journey. I'm looking forward to putting out more great content for you, and I always listen to what you've got to say as well. So comment below with what your thoughts are, what you want to see next. I'll do my best to comment back to you. But thanks for watching. Check out the original video in the description. Thank you to all of those channel members as well, and all of those who continue to support the channel. But let's get into it.
Nu har vi lige, hvad har vi, 700 km til den ukrainske grænse nu, ikke? Skal du lige have mit pas også? Endelig Ukraine.
Der var der en lille kø.
Og det er ude af Ukraine, det her. Endeløst. Og de står stille hele banden. Så... ja.
So as you just saw then, they're driving into Ukraine. It's obviously a small queue going into Ukraine. You're going into a war zone. The country is at war. The queue coming out absolutely massive. All those civilians, non-fighting age males, and most probably females now, but I believe it's still mainly males. So all those non-fighting age males, women, children, trying to get out of the country and trying to get somewhere safe, and less people obviously travelling into a war zone. There's obviously some staying around, it's their life, but as you can imagine, they're just trying to get out. They're not fighters, you know, not everyone is in the army. If you're in the military, it's what you stay and you fight for, but others, they've got to flee, they've got to protect their family.
Where do you come from? Any weapon?
No surprise, there's a checkpoint.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Det er begravelsesanvisninger og afskedsbreve, som jeg har liggende også til hele familien. Det er sådan en lidt hård en at få.
Følelserne kommer virkelig frem. Og så ved man, at det er ens sidste ord. At min mor, hun skal sidde og læse det brev, men så skal det fandme også være det bedste brev nogensinde. Fordi det er det sidste. Det er min sidste ord, der er ikke andre, der kan komme og sige noget.
Ikke læse det, før det er sket, okay? Og så et hjerte. Og håber aldrig, kommer til at skal læse dem.
Can you imagine one as a, not a child, but a son or a daughter, having to write those letters? I remember when they went to Afghan, I was 20, 21, and you have to write a will. They're like, have you got everything in place? People were writing letters to give to their mates, or the chain of command to pass on to family if the worst happens. Okay, this is real life. You've actually got to do that. And once again, it comes back to, if you're going to join the military, if you're going to be a volunteer fighter, you've got to have the courage and accept that you may die. And those that served in the military, went to Afghanistan, went to Iraq, World War I, World War II, Falklands War, they had accepted and were willing to die for a cause. And you've got to be willing to do that, and it's going to upset the family, but you've got to have everything in place. You've got to have these letters written, you've got to have the will. But then from a parent's point of view, sometimes if they're not military sort of background, they can't understand the reasoning, and they can't understand that you're given in this letter that they may have to read one day, or they may have to actually open that. It's a hard thing to do, but you've got to accept that you've got to do it.
Det er jo ikke pisse sjovt, en ung mand skal sidde og skrive sådan nogle på nogen måde. Det er slet ikke sjovt, at der er nogen, der skal skrive det. Så det har jeg sgu lidt stramt med.
Der er jo ikke en dag, hvor man ikke går med rædslen, om jeg får ham at se igen. Eller ikke. Altså, det er sgu det værste ved det. Og hvis der så bare var mulighed for at snakke med folk ordentligt om det, så kunne det også være, det løst lidt op ind i mig. Men jeg går 99% af tiden med det alene. Og også jeg ved, folk har andre holdninger. Folk siger til mig, han behøver jo ikke at gøre det. De har jo selv kriger dernede, og så kommer der selvfølgelig også den der, jamen, hvordan har du det med, at han slår andre ihjel, når han ikke behøver at gøre det? Og ja, det er selvvalgt, og ja, det er hans egen skyld. Men det gør sgu ikke sorgen mindre, og frygten mindre for at miste ham. Det
Yeah, he doesn't have to do it, but someone's got to do it. Standing up for what he believes someone is doing wrong, so he wants to fight for that. He wants to help a nation that is struggling, in crisis, in war. And, you know, it's all about all those that join the military. Someone's got to do it. Not everyone can, but someone's got to. And he's willing to do things that others aren't. And his family has to accept that because he's made the decision. Like I said, his family needs to accept it because he needs to be at peace of mind that everything is okay back home when he's out fighting. Whenever you're going away on ops, make sure everything at home is sorted. You can't have girlfriend issues, children issues, whatever it is. Try and get everything in place. Children's slightly harder, but you don't want any domestics going on at home, any financial issues, anything with your parents. Everything needs to be in place so you can concentrate on the op. So your mind's not wandering, so you can focus 100% on what you need to do. And, you know, some people may not accept it, some people might. Just because he's volunteering in Ukraine, it's the same as people joining the army. I remember when I joined, people questioned my parents. Is it the right thing to do? Why are you letting him do it? He's only 16. And why is he joining the army? You know, not everyone is accepting to it. I met people from my career who didn't like the military, and you'd have debates about it. People don't like what they're doing, but then you may not like what they're doing. It's just the way it is. But someone's got to do it, and hats off to these guys.
Og sette meg ned og skrive noen ord. Men det er veldig vanskelig. Det er veldig, veldig vanskelig.
Of course they're upset, but they've accepted that they may die one day.
Så det har ikke blitt
but they are upset about it, obviously. He hasn't written a letter. Interesting. Not everyone wants to, and you don't have to.
Der er gået 4 uger, siden vi havde kontakt til Chap og Doffen, da de var på orlov. Pludselig kontakter de os igen.
Hej. Hvordan går det?
Det går vel, som det går lige nu. Tingene, de ligger og ulmer i en lige nu. Det, vi har udsat andre mennesker for, og det, vi har udsat folk for, det har en stor betydning på vores egen psyke. Mere end hvad man egentlig selv havde beregnet, det ville være. Vi har bare set ting, vi har gjort ting, som der er rigtig, rigtig, rigtig svært at leve med. Psykisk og mentalt, der har vi brug for en pause lige nu. Fordi jeg kan, lige nu min hjerne, den er på overdrive hele tiden. Jeg ligger, hvis jeg endelig falder i søvn, så sover jeg 10-20 minutter, og så vågner jeg koldsved, og jeg kan ikke sove igen, og så går jeg ind og så vækker jeg Doffen, og så siger jeg, at den er ikke, jeg kan ikke lige nu.
So what it sounds like here is they're getting, you know, the starts of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and it happens to the majority of people. People just, you know, you've got to be willing to accept to take someone's life. You've got to be willing to accept that you may lose your life. But it actually takes a toll on your mind and body. Unless you're completely psychotic or you are just okay with dealing with those things, then you will be totally fine. But I'm sure those who seem okay still have those struggles. Those who do a long career in the military, special forces, most probably still come out and have some issues or need to speak to someone. Not everyone is okay. There's no way everyone is 100% after continuously taking someone's life, especially when you've been doing it for this long as these guys. It's not like in the UK where you go on ops and you do a 6-month, 7-month tour, and you know in the middle you get 2 weeks break. These guys are just constantly at it. Even when they're going back on leave, they're still in Ukraine. They're not going to see family. They're not really letting their hair down. So it takes its toll. I don't think many people are okay with taking people's lives, but they are willing to do it for the greater good. But after a while, it takes its toll on everybody.
Morgen. Så er vi ved at være klar til morgenmad. Så det er en dejlig dag her i Kiev. Blå himmel. Så
that actually looks all right, doesn't it? You know, considering the country's at war, and we know it's been heavily bombed and attacked. There we go, you just heard it.
Vi fortsætter lige med at filme lidt, tror jeg. Hold Adus.
There we go, there's another one. But that actually looks decent, but they are under attack.
der er ren kaos på her. 3 missiler lige ramt os. Eller ikke ramt os, men ramt Kiev. Ordentligt brøl.
Det er lige deroppe, der er afspærret i hvert fald.
And remember, these guys are risking their lives to get in supplies and support them.
Der er en legeplads. Der er ramt.
A playground. No way.
Det er fuldstændig sindssygt, det her.
Absolutely shocking.
Og i alle de bygninger der. De har ikke længere vinduer. Og se træerne. Træerne har ingen blade. Der er fyldt
Look at that shrapnel.
med rester fra den her missil.
That will hurt if it hits you.
Krater. Prøv lige at se det krater.
You know, all those that saying these guys are doing the wrong thing, well look, a playground in a built up area. They're doing what needs to be done. Now, I've got these allies do look alley, don't they? Kitted up. They've got some decent kit out there now from when they first started the war. Decent chest plate, day sacks, you know, the U-backs they're wearing, trousers, ammo pouches on the front, all decent kit. These guys look the part.
Musik, ja. Okay. Loge deroppe.
Det var tøft, det så skal være godt med en pause. Ja.
Hvad så, hvordan går det?
Det går fint. Det går fint. Lige nu chiller vi bare. Vi venter på, at vi skal med en bus om 5 timer cirka. 4 timer cirka. Skal vi med en bus, så tager vi til Polen, og så kører vi ud. Så tager vi lige en pause.
Det er jo godt at få clearet hovedet og tænke på noget andet, jo.
Jo, helt bestemt. Bare generelt lige få en pause fra det hele, ikke? Vi tager en slapper.
Nu passer I på hinanden.
Jo, det gør vi. Det skal vi gøre.
Jeg skal passe på han for.
Ja.
Det skal I også.
Det er super. Vi ses. Elsker dig.
Ja, lige måde. Hej.
Tak for det. Hej.
Jeg vet det, nå skal jo være noe en person setter pris på. Det er jo en luktekake.
A bit of R&R do these guys a world of good.
På denne tur mødes Frank og de andre med soldaten, der kaldes Jay. Han fortæller, at han har taget turen fra fronten til en parkeringskælder i Kiev, for at modtage de frivillige donationer.
Særligt Jay her, vi bruger altid forbogstaven. Det er min lille yndlingssoldat. Ikke også? Altså, han er det, jeg gerne ville have været, da jeg var yngre. Ikke også? Altså, ikke hans krop og det der, det er jo uopnåeligt. Men han er en god fyr. Så derfor bruger jeg en fandens masse kilometer på at hente ting til ham. Og det første, han må spørge om, det gætter jeg på, det er, har du de der 4 kilo saltekris med?
Og er det her saltekris godt nok? Og så med... stærk pasta, chili-pasta, whatever.
He's managed to maintain a decent size on the front line of Ukraine, isn't he? Look at the size of him.
De yder den yderste hjælp til Ukraine, de drenge der. At hvad vi andre så gør, der er en chance for, at vi bliver ramt. En chance. Det er sgu noget andet, fordi de har chancen hver eneste dag for at blive ramt og falde. Og det er jo der, jeg synes, vi burde fandme ære de drenge. Hvis for eksempel vores flok kommer hjem, så burde de hædres. Det er fandme kæmpet.
Jeg må kæmpe for at finde til dig, der er den størrelse.
Det der er den fede følelse, det er, at man føler, at man gør en forskel. Ikke? Og det er sådan set det bedste ved det hele. Når man går til ro om aftenen, så har man en god følelse af, at man gør en forskel.
Oh, no. Well, look at that decent truck, though. Painted well, look at that. Camoed up.
Så det er lukket på, det tager du, og resten det giver du til nogen, der vil.
Where's that? Chevrolet. Once again, people going about their day as if nothing's going on. Kids out with their parents. Look.
Vi har jo opplevd veldig mye mens vi har vært her nede. Vi har vært her i 4 måneder nå. Vi er slitne, altså vi trenger en liten pause. Jeg tror det er sunt også.
Først så går man jo ind i det her med en mentalitet, der hedder, man er drengerøv, og man kan fandme klare alt. Men på et tidspunkt, der kan det også bare blive nok. Det var det, jeg blev advaret af også, inden jeg tog herned. En, jeg kender, der har været den franske legionær, han sagde også til mig, at han havde haft PTSD, og han sagde, at det var noget af det værste, han havde oplevet. Og han sagde, at det skulle man bare vide, når man tager herned. Så vælger man decideret næsten selv at tage det med hjem, ikke?
PTSD, it's an absolute killer. And if you don't accept it, it will kill you. You've got to accept it. You've got to take the necessary precautions. Do a few months on the front line, go away, get a bit of an R&R, go back again, talk to your mates, talk to your family. If you don't obviously want to talk to your family because you don't want them to know what's going on, talk to your buddy next to you on the front line, you're going through the same stuff. If you're talking to them and it's still not helping, try and find a specialist. A situation you're in, if you're in that sort of situation, most people most probably won't charge. They at least give you 1 session for free. Okay, talk, okay, and then find coping mechanisms on how to deal with the stresses. That's the best thing you can do. But talking is absolutely brilliant, and the best thing you can do is just talk to your buddy next to you because you're all going through the same thing.
Jeg har jo en datter hjemme som blir 7 år nå. Men det er jo selvfølgelig noe som gjør litt vondt, og som har gjort vondt, og det er jo en ubehagelig følelse. Og det å være her nede også, det setter jo livet litt i perspektiv. Altså du skjønner jo plutselig hva som betyr noe for deg, hvor mye det betyr for deg. Men vi er jo fast bestemt på å komme tilbake igjen. Vi er jo ikke ferdige her, vi er jo ikke det.
Nej, vi er færdige, når krigen er færdig.
Ja.
They've got a good mentality here. Good mentality.
Her er missilstykkerne fra krydsermissilet.
Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. Can you imagine if that went into you? That's going to kill you, okay? And that's what these cruise missiles, you know, these bombs, whatever it is they're dropping, this is what they throw off.
Det er fra der, hvor det ramte legepladsen nede i Kiev. Sådan noget her, det blev sprøjtet rundt i luften, når sådan en satan den lander.
People think you die from the explosion. You don't, okay? Yes, you can die from the explosion, but a lot of time, you know, the blast that throws out all the dirt, the bricks, the mud, and the shrapnel, that is also what, you know, can contribute to killing you, depending on where you are, where it lands. Because a lot of the time, being artillery, you know, we didn't just fire, you know, for people to die from the explosion. We would do airburst, or you would do PD, but you wanted the shrapnel to wipe out antennas on vehicles or take out infantry personnel, you know, dismounted personnel. It wasn't just always about the blast.
Et barn, fy for. Vi lever heroppe i tryghed, alt muligt. Og dernede, der kommer der krydsermissiler, blæsende. Det rører sgu en. Prøv lige at se sådan et stykke her, hvis der rammer et barn. Altså, et barn dør af det her. Eller også bliver der rykket noget af i hvert fald. Det rører en meget. Og så efter sådan en oplevelse, så bestemmer man sig selv for, at så skal der ekstra indsats på. Godt lige.
Godt.
He's struggling. It takes its toll on everyone. No matter where you are within the war, what your job is. You know, war isn't nice.
Jeg er hjemme i Danmark nu jo.
Oh, he's gone home to Denmark.
Det kan jeg slet ikke beskrive andet end det. Det nedregn. Alt kørt på 100%, nu kører vi på 0%. Det skal man lige indfatte sig med. Og det er svært.
Der er ikke nogen myndigheder, der har påtaget sig opgaven at følge op på dem, der rejser ud og vender hjem. Så der er mange, der kommer tilbage til en situation, som er ret svær. Både for dem og for deres familier. Så der er et net med meget store faldgrupper, sådan som jeg ser det her.
Døgnrytme eksisterer slet ikke nu. Jeg sover 3 timer om natten, eller så om dagen. Går i seng klokken 7-8 om morgenen. Sover lige 3 timer og står op igen. Laver et eller andet hele tiden. Så det er egentlig det. Man har vel altid denne frygt, og hvad stort efterspil det kan have på dit liv og konsekvenser med PTSD. Enten kommer det, eller kommer det ikke. Min mor vil også godt snakke om det, der er mange, der vil. Det er ikke rigtig noget, jeg har behov for at snakke om. Det er jo bare... De kan sige, at de forstår det, men de forstår det ikke, så det er ikke noget, jeg snakker med folk om, der ikke har været det igennem. Det er sådan, ja.
That's a fair enough point. So Dauphin retired from it. Didn't want to go back.
Jamen, jeg befinder mig østpå i Ukraine lige nu.
He's come back.
Jeg kom tilbage til Danmark, det fungerede ikke rigtigt. Enten så passer man ind i samfundet, eller så passer man igen. Og jeg har fundet ud af, hvor jeg passer ind bedst, for det lever jeg er glad for. Det der... Nu har jeg fundet en god enhed, en god gruppe, så min plan er at blive her.
So they will assist in some sort of way, but there's nothing actually really in place. Okay, they have to put that at the end, you know. There's no way for them to, you know, verify their accounts. But, you know, we go with what they're saying. Some people don't fit into society. I remember coming back from Afghan and loads of other people felt the same. When you come back, you're heightened. Like you said, everything's so fast paced. You're constantly looking around you. You're expecting something to happen, you know, and it does set you off. And so him going from Ukraine and constantly being on the front line and then going home, he will want to go back because that's just what he's used to. Everything else is boring. He finds it really, really boring. So he wants to go back. And that is normal. The difference is when you do it within a military like the UK, they have more things in place. It's not perfect. It wasn't perfect. But, you know, you have a few weeks off at home and then you go back to work and they're keeping you busy and you get ready for the next rotation of whatever it is you're on. He just went home and just sat at home. He had no job, nothing. So his mind was just going wild. So he just obviously went back. And that's completely normal. When I come back, you know, couldn't stand being in queues in the shops, couldn't stand traffic. I was heightened. I was constantly looking around me like, what's going on? You know, little tips and trips and explosions sort of make you twitch and think, what the hell is that? You get bored easily because you constantly want this adrenaline rush, and that's what he's after. But with us, we went into a job he didn't. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. And once again, thank you for helping us hit that 100k milestone, and I'll see you soon.